Feel the rage. Dragon rage, as we take on the role of Kale as he sets out to free the rest of the dragon race enslaved by orcs. A bunch of dragons being pushed around by orcs. How does that happen? Orcs are like these little ugly green things, and dragons are huge while breathing fire. What's that? They took away the element that granted them the power of fire? Who was guarding? They should have gotten Smog to guard that. He would have made those orcs wet themselves. Long story short, we get a quick plot setup in the opening to give us an excuse to go around killing orcs, and kill orcs we shall. The game introduces us to the basic game mechanics in a tutorial level, accompanied by voice-over narration that sounds so incredibly bland, you feel like you're playing a video game. No immersion whatsoever. That is a terrible way to start the game off, and once you finish with the tutorial they make you watch the same cutscene you saw before coming to the title screen. It's bad enough when a game does that as soon as you hit start, but after you already played a level? One of these days I'm going to track down the person who thought it was a good idea to do that. He has some explaining to do. Or she. Blew your mind, didn't I? The flight controls for the dragon are all over the place. You're either flying too slow to evade projectiles thrown by the orcs, or you fly right over the target you're trying to destroy when you get close. There's no aiming with the fire breath at all, you just press the attack button and pray for a miracle. Your dragon power is basically the ability to change colors. You can be red, blue, green, depending on the corresponding element. This powers up your attacks and provides you with armor. Unfortunately you never seem to have enough mana. You'll either be in the middle of battling orcs, or trying to blow something up, and you'll be out of juice in a matter of seconds. Then you need to find some orcs to feast upon in order to replenish it. By the way, you can eat orcs. Each stage usually comes with a specific goal in mind, like chasing wagons carrying off dragon eggs, or destroying orc bases to make room for a nest. As for the overall story, it's actually not that bad. You have a young dragon who manages to break free from enslavement and takes the fight to the orcs, starting out with baby steps against them and then growing into bigger and better things as time goes on. He's not alone, either. Kale is accompanied by Adara, a tiny little girl who looks like a fairy, or a pixie, but is actually called a sprite. Not sure what they were thinking there. There's actually some very good banter between Kale and Adara, which is impressive considering it's all one-sided. Dragons can't talk. They can only snort, growl, roar, and breathe fire. So, she's actually speaking for both of them, and believe me when I say her voice is enough. Another thing I like about this game are the game overs. If you fail on the stage about chasing down wagons, Adara will reprimand your incompetence and then lose her will to fight. On one stage when you die orcs will feast on your flesh. Your flesh. All you get in these moments are screens with a text blurb on it, but you know that wouldn't have been a pretty sight. To sum it up, Dragon Rage can be a fun game, but the actual gameplay mechanics are annoying. They make the game just that much more harder than it needs to be. The premise, story, and the characters? No complaints there. If you like dragons, if you like fairies, or if you just enjoy setting things on fire, you might be able to look past its low points. Unless gameplay is important to you, in which case I'd say pass. Try it,